Hey everybody, welcome to Lakeside Boys TV. Dave, thanks for coming out here today.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again. We're getting ready for a new season.
Yeah, it's been crazy busy, getting a lot of contact from people from out of town this year, even more so than we did last season. And as you know, made some signings already, but this today is an opportunity for an open trial for kids basically anywhere from 15 all the way up to 22 and 23-year-olds that want to come and give it a go.
This is great. And are there any particular positions that you're searching for still?
Still looking for a goalkeeper. There's actually a fella in today from Edmonton that's got a shot at the PDL team. Most of these guys will be considered for the Coast League team that'll be playing in the Pacific Coast League as a reserve team this year. And some of them will be young kids that we want to put in this new futures program that we've just embarked on. It's really for kids from 15 to 18, 19 years of age.
Great, and maybe you could expand a little more. How do you feel it's going to work now with the PDL team and the PCSL team? Is it going to be working together pretty closely?
Yeah, they'll be closely related, and the objective is to not sign as many players on the PDL team that we did last year. We had some players that were signed with us that hardly played last year or didn't play at all in some cases. And that's really a bit of a disservice to those kids. So we thought if they have potential for us down the road, the best thing is to have them playing in the Coast League and then eventually be able to pull them up from the Coast League team and make it a true reserve type team, especially knowing that we're allowed to register them in the Coast League and they can still register in the PDL and come up and play there. So it's essential for us that looking down the road that opportunity for kids to play and move in a pathway up through our program is important. So not only is it the whole endpoint of path to pro, but can an 18 or a 16-year-old come in the futures, progress to the Coast League team, progress to the PDL, and then eventually progress out of that onto either university and or the professional realm of the game.
Now you're the head coach for the program for the Highlanders. How involved are you going to be on the day-to-day basis coaching the PCSL team?
Yeah, I'll be definitely involved. There's days that we'll be training side by side. I have a big enough staff that I can direct what I want done with those guys. And I also have enough faith in the people that are working with us that I can leave them with the PDL team and step over to the Coast League team and even over to the Futures kids. And the objective of the Futures kids is to use the two fellas that are coming in from England that are both have been coaching interns over in the UK with professional clubs, and also Sean Prizeman from last year's team, who's got his UEFA B license. So to utilize those people and their expertise with those kids, and also their playing background to help be mentors for those kids.
See, and this is probably a little bit out of the blue, but recently Jason DeVos has been making a lot of comments about coaching in Canada and the development of coaches. How important do you think that is to develop these coaches within Canada?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, I've been along the coaching education realm for the CSA and BC Soccer, did it for Saskatchewan Soccer, and actually I was B license assessor for Alberta Soccer for a number of years. And it's a critical part of the process for all the kids across the country. You know, we've got volunteer parents essentially that are coaching the kids up until they're 14, 15, 16 years of age, and we just don't have the club infrastructure with the kind of money behind it to have full-time coaches across the width and breadth of the country. And, you know, Victoria and Vancouver, we got it pretty good because we've got people with proper education in the game and a lot of people with good bases in the game. But you go to places like northern Saskatchewan or Prince Edward Island, you know, northern parts of Quebec, they're struggling to get people even go out and understand the laws of the game, let alone how to coach it. So, you know, it's a big task, and I wish Jason all the luck in the world to try and find a way to bring everybody together. And the other issue is you've got so many varying opinions on the game and how it should be played, and that goes on within cities, within clubs, within provinces, and it's really difficult for the CSA to get a sort of one path, one methodology process, and that's what he's trying to work towards.
Okay, and I've been bothering everybody so far with this question, and I know you probably can't answer it. Where do you see us finishing the end of the season?
I would say I'd be very disappointed if we weren't in a playoff position at the end of this season. Some of the changes we've made, you know, really are going to be quite drastic when people see the amount of changes that are coming to this team. That's not a slight against the guys that played last year, but we knew with all the draws last year that if we'd have won half of them, we could have been sitting in third place. And the biggest issue was goal scoring. And so we've gone out and really worked hard at trying to recruit the players that'll come in and change that facet of the game for us. Goalkeeping was really good. Defensively, we were fairly sound with a couple of little slight changes, but the biggest thing for me was attack and play and goal scoring.
Great. And I'm just going to ask a little bit about in terms of the teams that we're going to be facing this year. Obviously, last year the class of our division was Calgary.
Yeah.
They were the ones to beat. Are they still going to be the ones to beat this year?
I would say he's going to have a very good team. I know he's had to pretty much replace his entire back line because Dominic Zader was signed by the Whitecaps too, which is great for Calgary and great for the league and the division. But I know that's an issue for him. I know he's got Dominic Rousseau back. He's also got Elijah Adekube back again. So he's got some good players still in his team. He's not having to change it drastically. And because Calgary's in a situation where they are very much a locally based club, Tommy will have a good core to work with, and knowing him, he's going to get the right people for the right positions that he needs.
And of course, this year there's also a relocated team now moved to Burnaby. They're playing at the Swangard Stadium, the TSS Rovers. And of course, from a supporter's perspective, we're hoping to see if we can revive the Juan de Fuca plate, have a little bit of a derby going between these BC teams.
Yeah.
So we hope you'll be looking forward to playing for a little bit of silverware.
Yeah, that's good. And we've always had a really great relationship with TSS. Marvin and I over the years with FC Victoria back in the day when we started our academy program, us and them were kind of seen as the Pirates as Pirates of soccer in those days, and we weren't allowed to play anybody else, so we played each other a lot of times, and it was a great rivalry. And I actually used to do a little bit of work for TSS when I worked for the Whitecaps, and I know all those guys really well, and I get on super with them, so I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Well, thanks very much for this, Dave.
Thank you. Appreciate
Good luck. Hope today goes well.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys.
LSB TV is a production of Lakeside Boys Supporters Group, a member organization of the Independent Supporters Council. All opinions expressed are those of the speakers. No endorsement should be implied from the Lakeside Boys, the ISC, or Victoria Highlanders FC. If you enjoyed the show, click like and subscribe below.